What's up everyone, back for another beer mail, and today I'll be unboxing a beer mail courtesy once again of a very good friend of mine and a viewer of the channel, Curtis. So huge thanks to Curtis for these beers right here. Now, as you can see, I have already unboxed said beer mail, and that's because Curtis told me a few things about this beer mail when he sent it out last week, and one of those things was that he packed it extremely well. He said you might want to maybe do a little bit of prepping before you record the video, because he said I packed it extremely well, and he was not lying. It took me about 5 to 7 minutes just to open up the box and get these out of the Ziploc bags they were in, and I also did a little bit of a pre-cut here so I don't struggle, hopefully, as much on camera, but I do appreciate the heads up from Curtis, because a lot of times folks will send me beer mails that are packed to the gills, and it takes me, it seems like half of the video is just me actually getting the beers out of the packaging as opposed to anything else. In addition to that, Curtis did also mention that 4 of these beers are hop forward beers, and a couple of them he thinks that I will enjoy outside of the 4 hop forward beers. So 6 beers in total, it looks like. It looks like a 4-pack of cans, which I would assume is the aforementioned hop forward beers, he said, and then 2 bottles, which I think he was talking about the cool beers that he thinks I'll enjoy. He also said I think there's a beer in here that the label that I'll also enjoy quite a bit. So once again, huge thanks to Curtis for this beer mail. He sent me a beer mail earlier this year. I think it was about 5 or 6 months ago. It was definitely in the spring. I want to say it was May. And he sent me a lot of awesome beers from Ohio breweries, but he also sent me my first ever side project beer, and that is one of the best beers I've had this year. And it was awesome to kind of like, excuse me, take them off of the bucket list. So anyway, enough yapping. Like I said, thanks to Curtis. We're going to see what's going on here. I have not seen what these beers are. I did try to do like a pre-cut on these to see if I can maybe open these a little bit easier, but we'll see. All I know is this looks like, again, like the 4-pack of cans, which again, I think would be the hop forward beers. I could be wrong. Yeah, it does look like I can actually see one now. So yeah, looks like we got a 4-pack of different hop forward beers. Awesome. So we'll also open up the bottles here. Like I said, I tried to open these up a little bit so I could get into them, but we'll see how easy it is to get into. He did like multiple layers of bubble wrap and whatnot. Oh, I already see what this is, and I'm super stoked. It's been a while since I've had this one. Yeah, cool as hell. Let's see if I can get this out of here. See, even though I prepped a little bit, still a little bit of struggle. I didn't want to like just crack these open out of the beer mail and not have a little bit of a surprise, you know what I mean? Like, it's got to be a surprise. It's a beer mail, you know? Unless I know what's already in the box and it doesn't really matter. I don't want to feign excitement, be like, I had no idea he was sending this. Now with these, I had no idea what he was sending other than what he told me, which wasn't a whole lot. Very generic terms, which I appreciate. What the hell? I think this is another Jackie. Is that another Jackie O's beer? I want to say this is another one that they produce, but I don't know if it's actually... I don't know. We'll have to see. All right, so as you can see, a 4-pack of awesome beer, hopefully. So he left the price tags on some of these. I'm going to get them out of the 4-pack holder just to make it easier. But yeah, he left everything as far as, yeah, the price points on all of them. Yep, every single one. Maybe not the bottles. No, usually these bottles don't have anything. All right, so we'll go with the first one I saw when I was just opening up, and this is from Trillium. This is their double dry hopped Stilling Street IPA, 7.2%. It was $6.50 for the single. Where did they put the can down date for these? Is it on the side? It's part of their Street series, which I know. I'll have to see what the age is on here. I'm maybe just missing it, but this is their double dry hopped Stilling Street, which I've never had before, I don't think. Certainly haven't reviewed this. But pretty cool. $6.50. Pricey, but even here when Trillium shows up, they're like $7, $8. So that's cool. Thank you very much. Awesome. Next, we'll go for a beer that I can probably get here. This is from Other Half. This is their Green Flowers, a double dry hopped West Coast IPA. Have I had Green Flowers? I don't think I have. So this one has Simcoe, Chinook, Nelson Sauvin, and Columbus. It's 6.8%, and this one is from 9/6/24, so this is about 7 weeks old. This is the first one I'll get to. But yeah, it's funny that he sent me this, because I've been eyeing this one because it's a West Coast IPA. So awesome, he sent it to me. Now I don't have to grab it, and yeah, I'm going to get into it. So next, we're going to go with, oh, wow. I love both these labels. This label is sick. I think that's the label he's talking about. So this is Hoof Hearted, right? Oh, in collaboration with Vacation Land Distributors. Okay, this is their Goblin mode. By the way, $4.75 for the single can of green flowers. I want to say 4 packs of this are $18 in this in my area. So yeah, just slightly. I'd say slightly, or yeah, it'd be like $19 a 4-pack where he is. That's not bad. Anyway, Goblin mode, double IPA brewed with Citra, Nectaron, Mega Motueka, Super Sauvin, and Cohia Nelson Sub-Zero Hopkeef. That sounds wild. Canned on 10/15/2024. So right now this is like 2 weeks old. Wow, that's cool. $5.50, and I love it. It's slowly turning into a crazy goblin that is drinking all of the beer. This is an awesome label, honestly. And $5.50 for this. So I cannot wait to get into that. That sounds wild. And next is Dank House. Their labels are fantastic. So this is in Dank House We Trust. Trust spelled TRUSSD. Digi triple IPA hops, Citra, Strata, and Nectaron. Peace and thank you. 10% alcohol by volume. $5.75 for the can, and this is actually canned 6 days ago. And look at this label. Oh my God, I love it. The reflective eyes. I think it's just they left the opening for the can, so the silver can underneath, that is fucking cool. I love that label. Dank House makes some of the best labels of beers that I've had to date. It's so, like, the depth of the anime or the art is just crazy. It's just, I love it. $5.75 for the can, so a bit expensive, $5.75, but I would just buy this for the can, no doubt. All right, and the next two, I think, are Jackie O's. I'm not positive on that. I did not really look too closely, but this is their Bourbon Barrel Brick Kiln. So this is a barley wine style ale aged in bourbon barrels. This is the 2024 release. 12.7% alcohol by volume. They have a whole spiel, which I'll read when I get to it. It's in partnership with the Southeast Ohio History Center. So that's pretty cool. Full disclosure, I've had this one before, but it's been like 9-10 years. This was actually one of the first Jackie O's I've ever had. I love barley wines, which is why I think he said that I would really appreciate these beers. In fact, I had planned on taking a trip before the end of the year down to Ohio, maybe Mentor, maybe Cleveland, and pick up some more Jackie O's barrel-aged goodness like I did last year. Looks like I don't have to because I have one coming to me, and now I should just look right at the cap. The cap, this is Jackie O's. So this is their Endolith. This is their barley wine style ale aged in bourbon barrels, 14.1%. This is the 2023 release. I have no idea about this beer at all. Outside of, I've seen this like on maybe Instagram or maybe a friend drinking it on tap, but outside of that, I know nothing about this beer at all, like not even a little bit, but that's a cool label. Very cool. Throw it over here. So the two bourbon barrel aged barley wines, and I imagine they're both English style, and one's a little bit old and the other one seems to be relatively fresh. Well, I don't know how fresh. We're deep into 2024, so I don't know. This is pretty cool. I don't know how this is going to look on camera in terms of like whatever. I get a thumbnail at the end, it doesn't matter. So 2 bourbon barrel aged barley wines from Jackie O's, a triple IPA from Dank House, a double IPA from Hoof Hearted, a West Coast IPA from Other Half, and then a 7.2% double dry hopped IPA from Trillium. So I'm looking forward to getting into all of these beers. The funny thing is, Curtis actually told me about the 4 hop forward beers because he knows I get a little bit of anxiety when I have too many hop forward beers in the fridge. I know, first world problems, but I do. I always feel like if there's over 6 hop forward beers in my fridge, more like 10 to 12 though. If we get double digits, then I start like trying to plan like, oh, okay, I got to review this sooner than this, and it becomes a whole thing. None of you guys really care about that. But for me, it's like I don't like having too many in the fridge. Luckily for me, right now I have 2 hop forward beers in the fridge that I actually bought yesterday, so I should be good to go. I'm gonna get to the other half one right away though, because it is a bit older. These 2 over here are super fresh, and I'll have to see how fresh the Trillium one is, but we're going to get to all these over the next couple weeks. So yeah, huge thanks to Curtis for this beer mail. Can't wait to get into all of these. I might save these for later in the year. Maybe do some in November, maybe one November, maybe one December, we'll see. But anyway, huge thanks to Curtis. Thanks to everybody stopping by for another beer mail unboxing, and until the next one, cheers.